Adam Hunt here with Nigel Reo-Coker, Charlie Davies and Nico Cantor. Great to see you guys. Nigel, I'm going to come to you first. You played in cup final.
Let me come to you first, Mr. Hunt.
Here we go. How did I know? How did I know?
We're all well prepared for a final, and you come like you're going to teach the school or something. Like, where is that extra preparation?
I forgot my tie today. I'm going to admit
You've also forgot your shirt.
Then we would all look exactly the same. So
it doesn't matter.
I've got a bit of knitwear here.
It's a bit. It's a big final.
Complain.
That's a D- for you.
When you talk about players, you always say that you don't want everyone to look like the same player out there on the pitch. So I'm standing out a little bit.
That's a big stretch.
Right, let's get back to the serious stuff. You played in cup finals in your career. We've got less than an hour to go before kick-off. How are the players feeling ahead of this one?
Excited, excited, adrenaline. This is what you dream about as a kid. It's a major final, and you want to go out there and win it. We always say about winning mentality, winning culture. This is part of it. Regardless of what club you're at, you want to go and win in major finals. That helps continue to build something. If you're starting from afresh, then if you're Real Betis, you want to win a first major European trophy. If you're Chelsea, it's a new era in Chelsea. So this is the first block of the new era coming into Chelsea Football Club.
And Charlie, you played in club football in Europe. Obviously, doing well in La Liga or Premier League in the club competition is important, but success on the European stage, as both these two can have today, is something else, isn't it? That's really important.
Yeah, it's really important, especially in terms of building a project. And Maresca is coming into a world-renowned club like Chelsea. You're expected to win. You're expected to compete. And for him, yeah, the Conference League isn't what Chelsea want or crave, but for him personally to have a trophy to build off of, to say, hey, this is the competition I came into. We won it. And Chelsea would be the first club to have all 4 major European competitions and winning the Europa League, the Champions League, and the Super Cup.
Do you get a sense around the stadium that they're really happy to have a big game like this in town?
Absolutely. And Adam, I'm going to try my best to correct you there, because before coming on air, I practiced about 1,000,000 times to say the pronunciation of the city here. So it's something to the effect of Wrocław. So I know it looks like Wrocław. That's not quite it. Wrocław, guys. I'm your Polish ambassador for the day. But yeah, it's such an appetite for football in this country. Of course, they've got one of the best strikers in world football at the moment in Lewandowski. And I've actually been having a little taste of the local cuisine. So pierogi, 1 minute. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So essentially like dumplings. I've been getting my hands into this.
Okay.
So yeah, you're missing out on some fancy Polish cuisine, guys.
There we go. I'm being told that we've got some fancy Polish cuisine here in the studio. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh, my word.
You spoiled the surprise. I was going to say if you guys behaved, then I'd get them to hook you up with something.
Oh, this is like legit.
I haven't even had my lunch. This is brilliant.
Wow.
Look at this.
Anita, did you hook this up? Was this out of your pocket or CBS Sports Productions pocket?
We've got no knife and fork, so I'm assuming we go...
I mean, is anything out of your pocket, Nico, when you're on the road, or is out of CBS Sports pocket?
Sometimes. Oh, look at Anita with her American accent. I treat my coworkers sometimes.
So, for those wondering what on earth this is...
you guys.
Oh, thank you, Anita.
And how much of an indictment, Nigel, is of what happened for him at Manchester United? What do you think the fans at Old Trafford are thinking? Because this is someone who really didn't perform. The numbers don't lie when he played in a red shirt. But as soon as he's gone to Real Betis, we're seeing things we never saw in England.
It's something that I talk a lot about the human element of being footballers. And the reality of it for me is a lot more happier. That's it. He wasn't happy at Manchester United. There's obviously other things where you've got to compare the Premier League to La Liga, where the Premier League is a lot more of a physical league. He won't get the time and space that he does get in La Liga to show the quality that he has, so the demands are different. But for me, the reality of it, the biggest thing is he's more happier. He's happy at Real Betis. He's showing it with his performance. He's playing games. He's scoring goals. He's creating assists. He's shown that Antony that we did see at Ajax also. So I would say for me, it's more... He feels at home and he's more comfortable as a player at Real Betis than he was at Manchester United.
Speaking of the indictment of Manchester United, there's a strong possibility that after today we're going to see a lot more people getting McTominay and Antony tattoos.
That's a good point, because he's not the only one. Scott McTominay for Napoli. He's not the only former Manchester United player. We can talk about Rashford at Villa, who are now enjoying their time at different clubs. Welcome back to match day. A 4-1 win then for Chelsea to lift the Conference League trophy. And they have now completed the set of European trophies. And what a performance it was in the second half from the Chelsea players to managed to do that comeback, because it was Real Betis, as we said, who dominated the first half, getting that early goal.
Chelsea just put it on in third gear after. We criticised them the whole first half, rightly so, because they were awful. It was all Real Betis, but it seemed to me that Real Betis gave everything they could in 45 minutes of football and not the full 90. I'm really happy for Caicedo, for me, because I said it, as much as we focused on Cole Palmer, Caicedo has been Chelsea's player of the season. What he's done, he's the only player to have played all 38 Premier League games, which shows how important he is to that team. And for me, the consistency he shows and what he does in his position is unbelievable. If you can have a team of 11 Caicedos, you'll take. Yeah. And I'm happy he scored today, because he truly deserved it. He has been Mr. Chelsea this year.
Those two are in a class of their own, in my opinion. I know Lavia's good, and Lavia has a lot of potential, and you could see that he's going to be like a top footballer, right? Has the potential to do so. But Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo together really have something special going on.
And it took some time to form that chemistry.
And to find it.
Right? But I look at Chelsea sometimes and I say the downfall throughout the season is sometimes the keeper, the goalkeeper situation. Robert Sanchez has made a number of mistakes, almost too many to say, oh, this is the guy we want for the future. They loaned out George Petrovic, who had a phenomenal season in Liga. So, you know, is that a player who comes back and he's the starter, or do they go out and invest in that position?
They might.
The striker position.
They're going to have to
Jackson,
invest.
he creates a lot of opportunities, but sometimes we see it in the end, he's on a breakaway and he's got that heavy touch.
Because Anita is standing by with Antony, and you're going to translate for us.
All right,
off you go.
let's listen in. What language is this in?
I don't know, we'll have to wait and see.
Of course, it's going to be
Anita.
Spanish, isn't it?
Antony, no pudo ser el sueño para
Anita
los béticos.
asks,
Puedes poner en palabras.
it wasn't the dream tonight completed. Can you say and give me a couple of words of how do you feel and how the team feels? Right now it's very difficult to say any words. We knew of the importance of the game, this final. But we lost. It's difficult to speak right now because we all wanted to win. Congrats to Chelsea for the title. What's important is the family we have. We're together, we're united in this difficult moment. I need to ask about the advantage that they had going into the half. What's the key into the second half? What was the key to not getting to your goal at the end? Concentration. That was our downfall. A good first half, but in the second half we didn't have the ball. We need to know that it's a game of 90 minutes. And we weren't concentrated the entire game. Sometimes that's what's happened in football. In respects to you and your future, we all know that the Betis fans want you at this team. Could you give us any insight on what's coming for you this summer? I don't know what's happening in the future. Only God knows. My work is what I'm doing, that it's playing, I'm doing it well. I have a lot of affection for Betis, for everyone. But I have a contract, I don't know what's going to happen. I have a contract with United. Only they'll know what's happening. Now I got to go to the national team and then vacation, and then we'll see what happened in the future. Would you like to stay with Betis, Anita asks? I'm very happy here, everyone knows that. I went to sleep and I woke up happy, but like I said, I have a contract, but yes, I'm happy, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Thank you, Adam. Yes, I am here with the player of the match, Cole. Interesting way to carry your trophy there.
Got no pocket, so put it there.
Congratulations, you were key in the comeback today. What does it mean to get this first trophy with Chelsea under Enzo Maresca in his first year with the club?
Yes, you know, it's big for the fans, it's big for us, so we're going in the right direction.
In terms of you know they talk about big players showing up in big moments. I wanted to read to you some of the stats in some big games that you've been in. You think of Manchester City, you're in the Super Cup final, Community Shield, you got on the score sheet then, England in the Euros final on the score sheet, and then today, 2 assists. How much do you enjoy being in those big moments and performing when it really matters?
Yeah, I feel like I love finals, you know, like all the finals I played in, I feel like I've contributed. So yeah, I just like the occasion. Like for the fans and that, and for myself, obviously my family and that are here, so I'll just try and do something.
In terms of what it means to the fans, I know it's not the competition that Chelsea fans would have liked to have seen you in Europe, but you're going to be in the Champions League next season. What do you think we can expect from this side?
You know, this competition is a good step for us. You know, we're playing in this because last season we deserved to play in this, like the manager said. Now we're in the Champions League and it's about kicking on again.
I can see you're taking in the moment here, but there's some guys in the studio I want to chat to you. So Nigel Reo-Coker's there. Nigel, you going to come in?
Yeah, Cole, just wanted to say congratulations. And at half-time, what did the manager say for you guys to really put on a second-half performance like you did?
He didn't really say much, to be fair. He just said we're losing too many second balls. We need to start playing like we're in a final. And I think we woke up and, yeah, we're showing up second half.
So can you tell me about your progress as a player? Because it seems like you're starting to get unlocked in the attacking third, but you can also drop back and try and facilitate. Where did you feel most comfortable in this match? And did you feel an adjustment from Real Betis in this game?
Yeah, in the second half, I just tried to find spaces and where I could be more dangerous, and I felt we were playing too safe at times. So when I got the ball for the first assist, I thought, I'm not going back again, I'm going. So, yeah.
Cole, you seem very subdued. You know, after the top 4 finish at the weekend, you were calm, collected, not celebrating too much. You understand that the Conference League might not be the trophy that all Chelsea fans want. What is the ceiling of this team for next season and the seasons to come?
I think we've got a lot of potential, you know. We've got a great squad, great manager, and obviously we're a young team, but, you know, we're showing like on Sunday we can win at tough places, we can come from behind in the final, so yeah, I think we're going in the right direction.
Cole, how are you going to celebrate tonight, mate?
No comment.
Brilliant.
There'll be a few more smiles at least from you. I'm glad you get a smile from you at the end there. Thank you, Nige. Congratulations.
Yeah, we'll let Cole Palmer get back to the party. Anita, thanks for your work this evening. Great stuff. I mean, you never get too much, really, do you, from Cole Palmer in interviews? But what you see on the pitch is also what you get off it. I mean, he's just that kind of cool, calm and collected. You can see why he's able to deal with those pressurised situations. When the question marks are on him, been pretty quiet in the first half, he delivers in the second half. That's just the way he gets it done.
The manager didn't say anything to them. Just get on the ball, figure it out. And I think he plays with that nonchalance. I don't know, it's strange. A player of that type of quality, it usually gives you a little bit more, right? Like, he's vigorous, but he's like the most...
Emotion just in check.
Neutral,
you know?
right? Just like, yeah, I know, we got to go down.
I think it's credit to him, though. It's like what Charlie said. I think he's come from such an environment of intensity and winning at Manchester City, and he knows what he's capable of and what he wants to achieve. And like you said, the reality of it is, yes, he's done it, but I think for him, I look at it like he expects it. This is what we should have been doing anyway,
right.
And now it's onwards and nextwards. So he's staying calm and calculated and collected about it, but it's what he expects it.
I
guarantee
it's so cliche for a player to say, don't get too high, don't get too low.
Was that the hardest interview you've ever done pitch side?
No, I've actually interviewed him before, you know, and I've got to say you guys were very good. So you got some smiles out of him at the end there, so well done.
It's only because he didn't want to tell me what he was doing tonight.
OK, Anita, we've got to go. Thanks so much for your work this evening. It's been a great to have you on the show. And it's time for us to say goodbye. So Chelsea win their 9th European trophy. We will see you soon here on the programme as we build up, of course, to the Champions League final that we look forward to on Saturday, live across the CBS Sports Network. We have got Inter Milan against PSG. We will see you for that.